The most attractive women by zodiac sign. Zodiac, are you on the list? There are women who are attracted at first sight. Are not necessarily the brightest, not always the brightest, but they have something indescribable, a natural allure, a magnetism and an elusive beauty impossible to forget. Astrology has long since revealed a truth. There are zodiac signs under which the most attractive women are born. Their face is their harmonious energy is like attraction. Today you will discover which sign gives birth to these women whose appearance is a gentle light impossible to turn away from. Look, it's not just about sympathy, but a charmer who operates even without words. Perhaps you will recognize yourself, or perhaps someone who left you a long time ago. Check if your sign is on this list and indicate it in the comments. If you are interested in esotericism and wish to delve deeper into its secrets, subscribe to the channel. Here isn't talking about generalities, but about details that directly touch the heart. Ready to discover who is considered the most attractive according to your zodiac sign? So look closely. We begin with the first sign, Virgo in a woman. Virgin sympathy stems not from a desire to please, but from her natural purity. Her charm does not lies not in the makeup or the clothes, but in a refined manner of speaking and presentation. Neat, with an attentive gaze and precise intonation, her appearance is as polished as a mathematical formula, nothing superfluous, everything has its place, but the essential lies in her attitude is not to be pleasing, but she becomes so through her inner structure. And in its clarity every gesture is deliberate, every detail of its image is not dictated by fashion but with impeccable taste. She doesn't rely on ostentatious femininity, but it is precisely that is where her magnetism lies. She is a contrast, gentleness within severity, tenderness within the restraint, the irony in the precision. One doesn't immediately understand why one is attracted to her, but after a few minutes of conversation, we want more of her speech. She is knowledgeable, her voice calm, her gaze attentive. She doesn't just listen, she notices, which has escaped the others, and that is what makes it so attractive. Its appeal lies in its mastery of herself, in her choice of words, in her ability to refuse without being impolite. She does not need. She compliments him because she knows her worth. She doesn't try to be better than others. She just needs to be herself, and that's her strength. Her face may not be conventional, but thanks to its posture, its precise choice of color, its light fragrance, and its absolute mastery, she enters the room of her own accord and becomes the center of attention because she is unpretentious. And this lack of fuss is always beautiful. Her features are well-groomed hands and an easy gait. An attentive eye. She doesn't overload the image, doesn't copy the style of others. Her sympathy lies in his intelligence, in his ability to say no in such a way that one wants to hear yes. She doesn't claim to be a mystery, but remains inaccessible because she is for those who know how to see the depth, for those who notice how she straightened her neck, how she suppressed a smile, how she listened attentively and drew a conclusion. And all this without pathos. The virgin woman doesn't like to be called beautiful. She prefers the word interesting, but it is in this simplicity that its magic lies, because the interest in it doesn't weaken with time, it grows. It can be invisible among noisy people, but as soon as she speaks, you start to notice her and you can't take your eyes off her. Her face is memorable. Her behavior commands respect. Her style becomes a benchmark. She doesn't need attention. I mention it simply because it is harmonious in every expression, and that makes it one of the second most seductive woman of the zodiac is Leo, the sign of sympathy. A Leo woman's strength lies in her unfeigned self-confidence. She knows she is beautiful and doesn't boast about it, but she controls her appearance, which is always highlighted even with minimal makeup. Her gaze is deep and her hairstyle neat. Her grace is natural but reinforced by a strengthened self-discipline. Her sympathy does not reside in the gentleness but with the charm of strength in his way of being upright, of speaking clearly, and she knows how to smile when needed, and she's the one you immediately notice in a crowd. A piece in any space because it carries within it the awareness of its own value. It's not arrogance, it's dignity. A Leo woman doesn't pretend to be someone. She is quite simple, and that's its incredible appeal. She can be dressed modestly, but she will resemble an icon. Her back is straight, her gait confident, and her posture reveals an inner strength that is difficult to resist. She always has a major advantage. An expressive voice, striking features, and artistic movements, but the essential it's this inner energy, perceptible even from a distance. She knows how to be gentle, but her sweetness has character. She can laugh heartily and the next moment utter a sentence which will leave no one indifferent. Its appeal lies in its ability to combine power and softness, luxury and accessibility, brilliance and warmth. She doesn't play the coquettish card. He sets the rules, his gaze is obeyed, every compliment is more precious than praise. Dozens of others, and even silent, she has the feeling of seeing and controlling everything. There is always something majestic in her image, even in a simple dress. Seems to be in control of the situation. Her hair symbolizes strength. Her lips, her gestures are a challenge, a choreography of self-respect. The woman of Leon is not afraid. She is brilliant. She has no doubt about her charm, and this is evident in every detail. She likes being looked at and she can turn it into a work of art, but she doesn't do it simply out of curiosity. A desire to be appreciated, but also a deep love for herself, and that's what makes her one of a kind. The most attractive women of the zodiac, not because they want to be appreciated, but because that she is already appreciated even before speaking. The third sign is Aquarius. The appeal of this woman's defining characteristic is not her appearance, but her way of speaking, laughing, and reacting. While she seems extraordinary, fresh, original, unusual, the representative this sign evokes sympathy even in people indifferent to classical beauty. Her face may not match that of the cover models, but her charm she transcends all standards. She's a woman you simply want to approach. When she talks, her breaks are tension-free. She doesn't construct artificial masks. Her lightness is not a game but organic. The Aquarius woman knows how to be sweet and simple, but at the same time, one always perceives in her an intellectual challenge. Her gaze is always attentive to his interlocutor. His facial expressions are honest and unpretentious. She has no brilliance, but something real, and that's what makes her a magnet. Sympathy is not she quickly learns to support any topic, doesn't rush, doesn't flatter, doesn't seek, not easy to get along with. Her energy is independent without being cold. She's the kind of person who his mere presence exudes a feeling of inner freedom and lightness. His style reflects her personality. She can wear a simple t-shirt and an old-fashioned outfit while still remaining elegant thanks to her sense of proportions. Her smile is frank and sincere. She doesn't play games, not femininity, she embodies it. That's why men remember her as a woman with a twist. It's not just a source of sympathy, it's the feeling of meeting someone truly. It's special, impossible to imitate, but the main thing is that it inspires confidence. It makes you want to telling stories, sharing, being close. That's a rare quality when appearance is attractive and that the inner essence does not repel but on the contrary carries away a woman. An Aquarius woman does not lose, she lives by showing herself from time to time. That's her strength. She's attractive not through desire, but through nature. We don't want to let her go even if she promises to come back soon because she always leaves a light but important trace. The fourth sign is Sagittarius. With her it's impossible to go unnoticed. A Sagittarius woman always makes a good impression. Even if she just comes in for a coffee, there's an energy in her confident approach. In her voice, in the movement, in her gaze she evokes sympathy not through factors externally, but it is her charisma that draws people to her, not because she wears lipstick. Radiant, but because she possesses a radiant inner flame. She goes through life with a Sagittarius woman possesses incomparable fervor. She is an explosion of charm, her facial expressions. They are lively and authentic, reacting to every emotion. She doesn't hide her interest, she doesn't play games. Coldness isn't afraid to laugh out loud, and that laugh is one of the cutest in the zodiac. She is sincere, open, a little bit eccentric. You want to smile around her, she draws you to her without. Even when trying to please you, she's not interested in stereotypical games. She seduces you by her audacity, but unintentionally. She is like that, vibrant, fast, authentic. For her, the clothes are an expression of freedom. She doesn't chase after brands but always finds something. An image in which she feels comfortable and beautiful, and this comfort is transmitted to others. A Sagittarius woman never seems constrained. Her gestures are light, her gait is assured, and her expressive speech, she joked, listen, involved. It's thanks to this mix its openness and strength evoke a particular sympathy. It is unpretentious. It's a pure impulse. Its energy is not oppressive but inspiring. It doesn't need compliments help her feel confident, but she often receives them in abundance, and rightly so. It's not a question of outfit or makeup, but of her attitude. The Sagittarius woman is his warmth and friendliness remain etched in our memories. We love him for his ease and open-mindedness. Her ability to be herself. She doesn't seek perfection. She simply lives at the rhythm of his soul, and many people appreciate this rhythm.